Disclaimer, this video may contain certain content that may not deem appropriate for anyone under the age of 17. Viewers' discretion is advised, plus all background music, characters, background images, and all other belongs to their respectful owners and under fair use. Hope you enjoy.
Konnichiwa. Watashi wa Discun desu. Shoste, anata wa DenoxSeries o miteimasu. Let's start!
My top 10 rarest and expensive Nintendo Switch games of all time 2021. Hello everyone, this is DenoxSeries speaking once again, and this is a very unexpected top 10 rarest video of mine because we're going to find rare games on the current Nintendo console called the Nintendo Switch. Yes, even after only a little over 4 years in the market, I have noticed a surprisingly big amount of games that are not only very rare, but also borderline expensive as well. So which games have skyrocketed in price and became more scarce in a small amount of time? Keep watching the video to find out. The only hint I will give you is that I used to own a couple of these rare games, but of course, if you saw my Switch robbery video I did a while back last year in 2020, those rare games were stolen back in February 2020 after they broke into my house. But fast forward today, now I have even more Switch games in my collection than I had when they were stolen. But some of the games I had before, as you can see here, I no longer have because they are quite expensive now.
So you had thieves that stole your Nintendo Switch games over a year ago? If I knew who those thieves were, I would devour them and try to retrieve your games back.
And this is where Velvet asked me to join this video once again. I accepted, of course. Yeah, Velvet, you are more than welcome to. And yeah, it's hard for me to justify paying hundreds for a physical game when you can get them digitally for way cheaper now. So here is how this list is going to work. This list will only focus on the North American releases of these games. So even if the Switch is region free, it had to be available directly in a retail store, an online store, or even a limited run / super rare games website. And no special edition bundles will count because I would only like to focus on single games that are worth $100 or more, like the games that only has the case, game cards, and in some cases, maybe the manual as well. Plus, many games with special edition can be bought cheap for the game alone. Also, this top 10 list is opinionated and may not be 100% accurate. In fact, I may have missed some games because I may not have found it in most expensive Switch games list using pricecharting.com as reference. So if you do find games I missed, let me know. I plan to update this list every year or two.
Limited run / super rare games?
Yup, those games that come in very limited quantity online. Oh, and hey, I am Matsu from the anime Sekirei, and I am helping Denox search for some of the rarest games out there on the Switch currently in 2021.
Limited quantity and well, Matsu. You seem to be smart telling by your glasses. Pleased to meet ya, Matsu. I am Velvet Crowe. I'm here to react to Denox's picks on the rarest and expensive Switch games.
Oh, Velvet. Interesting. I researched online that you are the Lord of Calamity. I'm surprised that you are not a Sekirei as well.
A Sekirei? What is that?
Okay girls, we can get to that later. Now let's get started on my top 10 picks for the rarest and expensive games for the Nintendo Switch as of 2021. Fire! Let's go! Number 10. For the first game on the list, we have Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana. You know, as history shows, Ys games are usually very expensive over time. Same with the Legend of Hero games. So this game is no different, as it was only printed for a limited amount of time. I heard it was a very good JRPG, and the new installment to the Ys series, which the last one was literally 8 years ago. Nowadays, a new copy of this game will fetch around $140 to $200. Yikes! And a used copy between $90 to $120 or so. And I barely find new copies of this game on eBay at all. At least Xenoblade Torna has plenty still there new online.
Wait, didn't that game just come out only 3 years ago? And it's already going for near $200?
Yeah, I remember seeing this game on GameOn a couple years ago. Now it's very hard to obtain, sadly.
It's like if you really want something, best grab it when it first comes out. Or else, You miss out and have to pay triple the price for it, huh? What a joke this market has become.
Number 9. So coming in on the number 9 spot is Retro City Rampage DX, a game that came just last year even on the regular Wii as well. This is kinda like a retro style look of Grand Theft Auto in a way. If you enjoyed that, I urge you to try this game out. They took a very long time to release this. So how rare can this be now though? Well, according to PriceCharting.com, the Switch version of this game is the most expensive version of them all. A new copy of this game can go for between $120 and $160, which is crazy. It's already out of print. A used copy can go for just over $100. Wow.
Yeah, I already have cameras that can show the city, just like the viewpoint of the Retro City Rampage DX game on my different monitors. Trust me that with the experience I have, I've grown accustomed to the game itself. I anticipated this to be rare.
You knew? I just found out about these prices because Denox keeps discovering it, and I react to them as he shows it. Otherwise, my reaction would not be genuine.
Then I will not spoil anything, Velvet. Teehee.
Since this game only came out last year, and the price is going this high already, if you wish to have this game, you may as well get it now because I do not see this price going down anytime soon. A matter of fact, I actually expecting this to rise even more in price over time. Number 8. Mary Skelter 2 is the next game to talk about. A very obscure JRPG at that, with anime girls as the protagonists. It was published by Idea Factory, but Limited Run distributed this game. Came out 3 years ago and now it pretty much sold out everywhere and the prices has been skyrocketing for quite a while now. A new copy of this game is going for $140 to $150 already. I think the first game on the Vita is also going around that price. Yikes. And a used copy of this game is going for over $100 as well.
Yeah. This does not surprise me anymore, even if it did come out 3 years ago.
And just so you know, there is a new Mary Skelter game coming out on Switch as well called Mary Skelter Finale that you can now pre-order it on Amazon for $49.99. But it looks like there is no concrete release date yet.
Do you have Mary Skelter games, Denox?
Sadly, I do not. Barely even know about this franchise other than it's an anime girl JRPG game that's pretty obscured.
Then I guess it would be pointless for you or anyone to get the finale one. Unless you played the first 2 games, right, Denox?
It sure looks that way to me. Gotta pay over $300 for the first 2 games if I really want to enjoy Finale. Unless... Pre-order it now and hold it for 2 years. Then sell it for $150+ on eBay. It's the final game, so just like Xenosaga 3, Yokai Watch 3, and Dot Hack Quarantine, it can go up to over $300, but that's just a prediction though.
Well, in that case, better pre-order Mary Skelter Finale now, if you want to make good profits.
I believe that's not a bad idea if you cannot get the first 2 games. But you can get them digitally still at this time.
Digitally? You mean download it?
Let's see. Oh, $40. Yeah, I guess I would do that.
Well, there you go, guys. Still an option while the stores remain open.
Number 7. Next on the list is Outlast 2 on the Switch. This is very likely an even darker game than Mary Skelter and it's not for kids at all. It looks like it's also from the horror genre, so that alone is in pretty high demand. Also came out in 2018, so now its prices? Well, it's pretty high is what I will say.
Oh boy, here it goes. Let's see how much this costs.
A new copy of this game will run you around $120 to $150. Of course, let me be clear here. Both Outlast 1 and 2 are very expensive. The 2-game bundle itself is worth over $250 plus, which is pretty crazy, but I see some prices of the second title being up to $200 alone, but not all the listings, so the second one is a bit more expensive than the first one.
Looking at these eBay listings, the prices can vary, but on average, the second title can go slightly more than the first one. So, be sure to keep your eye out for deals if you want this game.
Number 6. Yup, you probably guessed it. Yet another limited run game. Ha ha ha. And this title is none other than Dust and Elysian Tale. This game is quite an interesting platformer with amazing art style and gameplay. Another Metroidvania as well with a strong urge of exploration. But sadly this game is also made in very limited quantities and out of print, but luckily the price went down a bit as I was making the video. It was 170 plus before brand new, and now some copies can be found for around $120 to $130, so keep your eyes peeled. If you do manage to find this cheap and enjoy these type of games, do not hesitate to pick this game up before it's too late.
Are you planning to play this game, Denox? Seems like a game right up your alley.
Very likely I may get this digital later on and live stream it.
Well, better not wait too long in case you decide to get it physical instead, knowing you.
Yeah, you could be right about that, Velvet. Number 5. The next game on the list is a classic JRPG that was re-released on the Switch called the Grandia HD Collection, also published by Limited Run Games. This includes the first 2 games of the series in one cartridge. The Grandia series has been beloved by many and one of the best classic JRPGs out there. Sadly, I have yet to play it. I remember them being on the PS2 a long time ago. So getting a brand new copy of this game, since now it's also out of print, is around $200, and a used copy can go for around $150 to $160. Either ways, it's quite valuable and expensive, and not so many listings on eBay further proves my point of how rare it is.
So Limited Run seems to be one of those publishers that, if you're unable to get the game when it first comes out, once they're out of print, they never really get reprinted again, right?
That's correct, Velvet. It's the pressure to buy the game while it's available in limited quantity, or else you have to pay a premium.
I see then. That's one way to sell a product quickly too.
That's right. When I see a limited run game that I really want, I often do not hesitate to pre-order those things and wait for a while to actually receive it. It's worth the wait. Number 4. Now we are going to one of the most expensive limited run games on the list, which is River City Girls. And I used to own this game on 2. It was one of the games that was stolen from my house back in February of 2020.
Wait, what? You owned the game before and it was stolen? Oh, that really sucks.
Yeah, and sadly the police never found the robbers, and now if you want to buy this game back, I will have to spend over $220 for a brand new copy, and slightly under $200 for a used one. Some new ones could be under $200 if you look hard enough, but not for that much lower. And I paid only like $40 to $45 when it first came out. It was also a holographic game. Look at me holding this game from one of my old videos as proof.
Darn it! If I ever find out who those robbers are, I will not hesitate to devour them with my demon hand to ensure you get that game back. Like hell. This is like a collectible item at this point.
And sadly, I did not even beat the game yet because of how difficult this muscular guy was at the time. Oh well. Number 3. Another limited run game is The Messenger, and this game sure ain't cheap. It looks like a nice platformer as well and reminds me of the older Ninja Gaiden games as it seems. But like all other limited run games on the list, already unlisted and averaging over $190 to $200 for a brand new sealed copy, some reserve edition of this game goes for over $260. If you do manage to find some pre-owned copy, well, around $120 to $150 there, pal. The reason why this game is higher than most of the other limited run games on the list is because the average price for a new copy according to PriceCharting.com is actually over $200, and that's the game alone.
So, most of these games are already at $200, and then they are mostly limited run games. Are there any Switch games that goes beyond this?
Oh boy, just wait till you see what's on the last 2 games on the list. Let's go! Number 2. Next up on the list, surprisingly, is not a limited run game at all, but a game published by Koei Tecmo. This is Attack on Titan 2 Final Battle. This came out 2 years ago as well, but it was on a very limited print run. And when I say limited, I mean by possibly being more limited than most limited run games as well.
Oh, this had less copies than limited run games.
Oh boy, you are gonna flip once you know the price of this game, Velvet.
Wait, what? Are you saying the price of this game has gone to the insane territory now?
Actually, yes. On eBay, I barely ever see North American English version available, but if you do, well, a loose copy itself can go for around 165 bucks.
What? A loose copy of a Nintendo Switch game? This little cartridge for almost 200?
Yup, and a brand spanking new copy of this game can surpass the $300 mark.
No way! You're kidding me!
Sadly not. If you find a new copy of Attack on Titan 2 Final Battle for under $300, then you're getting a deal.
Do you think this game could restock? It is a popular game after all.
Good question, but who knows? We will have to see. And before we get to our number 1 pick, here are some of our honorable mentions. Celeste, Limited Run. Fairy Tail Switch. Night Trap, Limited Run. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna the Golden Country. Monster Boy. Code of Princess EX. And Samurai Showdown. Several other limited run / super rare games under $120 that will not be able to be mentioned here because there's too many. Number 1. Oh boy, you are not gonna believe what is the number 1 most rarest and expensive Switch game on the market today. But then again, if you have known what was the most expensive Game Boy Color game in the market, then maybe this should not surprise you. Yes, so this is Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. This game that first came out on the 3DS and now has been ported to the Nintendo Switch by Limited Run Games. This game literally asks you for an arm and a leg to buy this game. So a brand new copy of this game will cost you, wait for it,
What the hell? For a 3-year-old Switch game to already be at almost 1,000! What has this world gone to?
Maybe there will be a restock. If I order it, it may happen.
Even if you are very knowledgeable in the so-called tech world, you expect me to believe you have direct connections with the people at Limited Run Games?
You are right. I don't. Just get the digital version for $20. These physical games are limited, sadly.
Yeah, wow, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse physical on Switch from Limited Run averages for around $500. You may as well pick up the 3DS version that's just over $100 if you really want it physically badly.
What a waste of money. If the physical version is worth that much now, I can only imagine how much it would be in 10 years from now.
Yeah, if the demand grows, it will most certainly skyrocket in price. It's all about supply and demand.
Yup, Shantae is a very beloved series, and now you can play all Shantae games in history on the Nintendo Switch, which is pretty amazing. And since Shantae is very popular and Limited Run only prints out a very limited amount of stock for the market, most people are pretty much going to hold on to the physical copy and possibly grade it. You know, Velvet, all these prices are like that and it's not graded.
What do you mean by graded games, Denox?
It means that if you send a game like this to VGA or Wata, who grades these games by condition and such, then seals it in a tough plastic case, it tells you the condition of the game and gives you a score.
So are you telling me that this game can be worth a lot more money than that?
Yeah, it can go for a few grand if anything.
For a few grands? Wow! Those people are really ripping off collectors.
No devouring collectors this time, Velvet.
Wait, why not? Are they ripping you off, no?
It makes sense if it's supply and demand. People are just willing to spend thousands on a game that is almost impossible to get otherwise.
Wow. People sure put too much emotions in these physical items. Treat it like they're gold, huh?
I believe you can say that. Since you were from the past times, I guess this is all pretty new to you, huh?
This future I teleported in a few months ago is quite interesting indeed.
Yeah. Anyways, this has been the list for the top 10 rarest and expensive Switch games of all time. This was a pretty long one, but I hope you enjoyed the work we put into making this list.
That's right. If you enjoy this content, please leave a like on this video and share it with all of your friends that you believe may enjoy this content.
And also, subscribe to DenoxSeries if you are a new viewer here. He has also made other top 10 rarest videos like these. Links in the description below.
Oh, and click the bell too. We hope soon Denox can get monetized so we can start making an income here with your support. He is almost there.
Thanks, ladies. And on to next video or live stream, guys. Take care, God bless, and stay cool. Bye-bye.
Bye!
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to this channel and click the bell to keep up to date for new videos like this from me. And also check out the videos you see on the screen here if it interests you. Hope to see you again.